Engineers and Architects of Hawaii has been meeting for over 120 years. The 1-hour lunchtime meetings on Fridays serves engineers, architects, technical professionals, and the public. We provide a venue for timely briefings and discussions of current and emerging technologies and important community issues. To continue to meet our goals, EAH needs the support from the community's technical professionals and the public. If you have or know of a relevant topic, contact EAH so we can arrange a date to present the topic at an EAH Friday meeting. Also, please join us at one of our live meetings, either in person or via Zoom. Past meetings are published on YouTube and on Hawaii's Olelo Community Television Channel 53. Visit the EAH website for publications, information, and links. Mahalo.
Remington Vea's topic was 3D technologies for architects, engineers, and contractors. He is a University of Hawaii graduate in civil engineering and is now managing construction projects for the military and high-rise developments. His presentation was his hands-on use of the 3D CAD software Matterport, Space and Sketchup, which can be used to create interactive digital interior and exterior models in real time. The models are used for virtual walkthroughs, documentation, and digital sharing. He explained how they performed based on his field experience. He discussed their real-world uses and benefits for the AEC community, such as efficient design concepts, RFI responses, as-built records creation, maintenance records, and even insurance reporting. He demonstrated live 3D models for Matterport and SketchUp. Following his presentation, he responded to questions and answers.
Aloha and welcome. Well, we're going to be starting the meeting. This is the January 24th meeting of Engineers and Architects of Hawaii. I'm Barbara Rogers, serving as president. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. What about announcements? Okay, Aaron has an announcement.
So some of you may recall coming out to help restore the Mercy boxcar, which is a project I've been working on for a couple of years, but it's recently completed. And there's a grand opening that's to occur on February 2nd, which I believe is next Sunday. If you're interested in attending, should be a bit of a party out there. It'll be a good time. So drop me a line if you want to check out the completed boxcar. And I think they're going to have a train ride and some dignitaries say things and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know if you want to check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We had a field trip on that train and it was very interesting. And so I encourage many of you to get going and participate in the partying. Our next, any other announcements?
Probably should talk about our next field trip, which is going to be our first meeting in February, and that'll be at the Honolulu Academy of Arts or the Honolulu Museum of Arts, 11:30. If you meet me at the bottom of the steps, I'll point you in. It's about, like I say, $15 for non-member. Well, Kama'ainas members are free, and we'll spend an hour going through the Western collections of the best little art museum in the country.
And I might add that Mac has been a docent for 25 years. Is that right, Mac? 25 years at the museum?
It seems like just a fleeting moment in eternity.
Yeah, for sure. Sign up at EAH email. There is a limit, so sign up as soon as possible. It's a beautiful museum. Okay, how about a little humor while you're on the stage up there?
Well, again, I welcome everyone to the EAH humor column or corner. And I just wanted to say that in my search, particularly my personal search for truth, and again, especially during this present Washington phenomena, I came upon this clever reflection. I pass it on to you because you may need it someday. And the guidance is, honesty may be the best policy, but insanity is the best defense.
Thanks again. We always start with a little humor on our meetings. Okay. Kanan Sean is our program chair for this month. Unfortunately, he can't be here to introduce his speaker, so it'll be my pleasure to do so. Our speaker today is Remington Vea. He graduated from UH Manoa with a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. He's been with Ryder, Levitt, Bucknell for the last 3 years. He spent the last 3 years working on and closing out the WCCC project in Kailua. Currently, he's managing the construction of a SCIF, which is a sensitive compartmental information facility for the military in Kuile Place. That's a high-rise development on Kapiolani Boulevard. And so at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Remington.
Yeah, well, I mean, I appreciate you guys having me here. I know Kanan's not here, but very, very good friend and just good coworker. We were on the, like Barbara said, WCCC project. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about a topic that's, important and I think should be something that a lot of companies adopt, and it's technology. And specifically, I want to cover 3 technologies. Yeah, a little bit about myself. I mean, I graduated, like Barbara said, from UH Manoa with a bachelor's in civil back in 2023, so pretty recent. I'm a pretty new grad. I've been with Ryder Levitt Bucknell for 3 years. 1 year of that was about internship, so my senior year of college. And for the most part, I've been working on WCCC, and as you can see in the photo right there, that's me with the warden, who's the warden for that facility, and my 2 bosses next to me. So we closed that out, I think, back in May, and we're still tying up some little things with DOT, but hopefully we'll get that closed. And I'm currently working on a SCIF. So yeah, it's kind of a word salad, but sensitive compartmented information facilities. So that's with the military. I can't really disclose where that is, but it's a cool job. And then also Kuile Place over on Kapiolani Boulevard. That's a high-rise coming up. So yeah, the 3 technologies I wanted to cover were Matterport, Open Space, and SketchUp. And I think these are, I guess, technologies that have a lot of value, and a lot of value per the price point. And really, I just wanted to start off with Matterport. And has any of you guys heard about Matterport before? Right? So maybe one of you guys have, but yeah, it's not too well known in the construction industry, more so a real estate sort of tool. But really, as the description says, I mean, it pretty much takes a camera. It could be literally the camera you have on the desk here, and you go around a room and you take a bunch of photos, right, in the simplest terms, and basically it shoots it up to their servers, they process it, and they make a 3D model with it, right? And a lot of times that model looks very, very close to like a floor plan. So it's very, very useful for mock-ups or early architectural ideas, or maybe maintenance of facilities. And I'll get into that a little bit more, but yeah, like how it works. So basically you take a camera. It could be as simple as your iPhone, right? Everyone has an iPhone. Or it could be a super expensive camera that costs $5,000. Really not really the best choice, but yeah, again, you upload it to the cloud and they make the model for you. And I think the value of it is how shareable it is. It's so easy to send it over to someone like a client, like an owner, like the government, and they can take a look at it. So I actually have one on my iPad that I think is kind of cool. So maybe we can just circle the room. And for those of you who are not in the room, yeah, so you could touch it, move it around, and then if you double click, it takes you in there, and then move it around. You know what I mean?
What's their processing time?
Within a day. Within a day. Usually it's within 4 hours. Yeah. So yeah, I did 2 scans, and they're actually on my iPad. Sorry, I can't show it on screen, but essentially what you're going to be seeing if you do maybe put that link into your browser is like that screenshot on the right there. And really it's cool because it gives you kind of a feel as though you're in the building. And that's something you can't really do with just photos, right? So that's the value there. So yeah, real world uses and benefits for it. Again, I mean, estimators, right? A lot of times, if you're really in the early stages of a project, you don't have much to work off of, right? And you don't know the existing conditions of a building. Maybe you're trying to do a renovation. So using a scan would be really valuable and could save the client a lot of money. And the second point is, mock-up rooms. I know that's a big deal early in a project. I mean, imagine having to fly out everybody to go look at a mock-up room when you could just look at a pretty close something online. And the third one is that, yeah, like I previously mentioned, the maintenance aspect of it. And I actually have seen progress with this with DAGs. I actually did a scan for the prison I was on. And I think last week they flew me up to the Big Island to do the Hawaii Community Correctional Center. So I think the idea there is, hey, this could be useful for, if we ever need to replace maybe the lighting fixtures and we want to know what they look like, or the beds, right? It's a whole lot easier to just pull it up on your screen. Yeah, and then just pass it around. It's pretty cool. So the next one I want to talk about was open space. And really, it's similar to Matterport, where it uses 360 photos, right? Just like the camera here on this desk, taking a 360 shot around the room. But instead of making a model, it more so tracks, I guess, the progress of a construction site, right? So a lot of times when people are going and you're maybe on a high rise and you're just going, it's hard to, catch everything. So that's where kind of open space comes into play. And it's just really good for on-site documentation. So how it works, I mean, just like Matterport, you got to maybe you could use your iPhone, but I think for this one, you got to use a 360 camera. And as you can see with that guy up there, kind of goofy looking, but you put on your helmet essentially, or you could put it on a stick. Helmet's preferred. And you're taking, let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, right here, this guy. Yeah, you don't want to be made fun of on site, but at the same time, I mean, you got to use it. Yeah, you upload the photos while you're walking to your iPhone, right? Or I'm sure it works on Android. And as you're going, it's tracking your, I guess, path you're taking on site. So like in simple terms, I mean, if you can see down there, that's kind of a regular floor plan, but as you're walking, it'll track where you're walking. So that if, let's say, you do that walk 5, 6 times, that same walk, you can just look through the history of that area and see the progress of it. And essentially, I mean, at that point, you can review and annotate. I'm sure you could do markups. And really, again, the value is just how easy it is to share with clients and stakeholders, right?
Any camera.
So for open space, it's 360, I think. But for Matterport, I think you can use your iPhone. Yeah.
Take like some of the pictures.
You would need to, yeah, go like this essentially with your iPhone, which is kind of goofy. That's why you use the 360 camera. Yeah, so real world benefits, I mean, very similar to Matterport. But for this one, I think it's better in the sense of dispute resolution. So, I mean, at the end of the job or whenever, I mean, the owner is gonna maybe argue with the contractor and vice versa. And, you know, a lot of times it comes down to who has the better evidence, right, of what actually happened on site. And, you know, if you're the guy with the bucket of information, you know, you're probably gonna win those arguments a lot more. And yeah, I mean, it enhances collaboration, RFIs, right? Payment application, you know, if you're doing draws on a loan, you know, they want to see the progress of a project, so you can share with them. And then also just your as-built at the end of the day, or, you know, oh, what do we do in that wall? Oh wait, I got a photo here. You know, it's great for that. And then clash detection, probably not as good as BIM, but you know, it's a tool. So yeah, I don't actually have an example for that, but I do have an example for SketchUp coming up here. And yeah, SketchUp is cool. I mean, who here is a designer? Anybody here a designer? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. An architect, anybody? Nobody? Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just a simple and fluid tool versus like a Revit, which is a little more of a steeper learning curve. And pretty much yeah, like it says, intuitive 3D modeling software for designing buildings and spaces from scratch. So again, I mean, unlike Matterport and OpenSpace, where you capture real world environments, you know, if you want to get into the specifics of something and actually have an accurate model with accurate measurements and yada yada, you probably want to use SketchUp. And really how it works is, and you can see in the top right a little bit of a sample, but you open it up. I mean, in essence, you kind of treat it like Revit, but you can, I guess, learn it a little more quicker. I mean, there's line and rectangle tools that you probably have in Revit, push pull tools, Revit. Well, I keep on saying Revit, but I'm sure a lot of you guys probably use the old school, was it the blue sheets, or how did you use to draft back in the day? The blueprints. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard they smelled really bad. Is that true? Okay, okay. But yeah, yeah, I mean, it's just a simple, quick tool. And as you can see, I made a model in the top right, and then an application would be on the bottom right, where on my monthly report, I basically color the little boxes I made, and I say, oh, yellow is all of the abatement that happened this week, and so forth. So you can see that the value in that. So I got a model, and I'll pass it around. There, you can mess around with that. Too bad for the people online, but if you copy that link online, you'll be able to see it. But yeah, I mean, that's the Kool-Aid site. Well, that's where the high rise is going. And really, you can just be really quick with your models and be just simple with it, which, you know, going into real world uses and benefits, I mean, that's really, really a great tool to have when you want something quick and easy. Like maybe you need to articulate a problem in the field into an RFI for the designer, right? Or maybe, yeah, again, like draw reviews, or the client wants a monthly report. Like I previously mentioned, you can just use that as a highlight of what's going on. I mean, some people use the 2D sheets and they color it in, but that's a little humbug. You could just do it on a 3D model. And then, yeah, I mean, it could be used complementary to Matterport. So Matterport, I think the big difference is Matterport's not as accurate, but in the sense of dimensions, but it's more accurate in the sense of what's actually there, whereas SketchUp is vice versa, the opposite. Our request for information. Yeah, yeah. Or bulletin, whatever you call it. Yeah, that's me with the 360 camera. But yeah, that's all I had. Appreciate it. Any questions?
How often do you use this?
I use SketchUp. Yeah, I'm gonna probably use it every month for my monthly reports for my projects. Just a nice touch. Distinguishes you. And then Matterport, yeah, probably whenever I can. Yeah, whenever I can scan.
So does everybody in your office have one of these applications, or do you have to pass it around?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to adopt it, just because it's a valuable tool in my opinion. I think that, yeah, monthly reports, just start off there, incorporate it into small things like that.
On SketchUp,
Yeah, yeah,
you go through and walk through a place.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you can import that into SketchUp. And then can you get a set of plans from them?
Oh, so you go from Matterport to SketchUp? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. and
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I was wondering.
yeah,
So you don't even really have to take any.
exactly. I mean, for estimators, if they're not really given a lot of info in the beginning, that's just more the barrier, Yeah, that's a good idea.
In SketchUp, you can take your 3D drawings and actually make prints from.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I was thinking, if I was to design a handball court, which would be in an open space, and it would include a slab and then 4 walls, how would these tools be used?
If you wanna just see it in the digital space, like it's really just a bunch of 360 photos meshed together into a model. So let's say, hey, one day you want to renovate that space and you want to know, oh, what do the walls look like or what do the floors look like? And you can't get into that space. It's a whole lot better to just look at the model versus a bunch of photos. Yeah.
I would add that when I was working on Diego Garcia 30 years ago, that I was taking pictures of the access into the cantonment area, and I had a camera, so I was taking a panorama which amounted to about 12, 15 pictures, and unintentionally somebody started down the path toward the cantonment on a bicycle. And so every time I took a picture, he was in the picture. He was moving along.
Huh.
So the panorama looked like a bicycle caravan or something. So yes, it was different in the old days. I knew when we stopped using ink rapidograpphs on linen that line was going to change.
Yeah.
And today this was a good example.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay like a subscription to be connected to the
Matterport? Yeah, well, I mean, if you do the scans, you can save the scans. But yeah, if you want to process it, I think it's $10, $10 a month.
In Matterport, can you get dimensions of things?
Yeah, you can.
It's just kind of approximate, I guess.
Yeah, just like your iPhone can do. It's the same accuracy.
Yeah, I've seen insurance folks using that.
Yeah.
If some event, like say a place got flooded and they strip all of
Oh
it,
yeah.
then they'll scan it.
Yeah. Or even before it happens, right? For the adjuster. Yeah.
Have you used this for inspectional points where say you need like a framing inspection or something like that? You can give this to the.
I haven't gone that far. Yeah, I haven't gone that far, I think.
It'd be nice if you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that detailed because I mean you want to get into the walls,
An advantage I see from an energy efficiency standpoint is that only one person needs to visit the site.
Yeah.
And then the other people can be sitting back in their offices in air-conditioned splendor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they don't have to get into their car and drive and park and so forth, so forth. So it saves both time and from my standpoint and energy also.
Yeah. I mean, mock-ups, I think, are going to be a huge one I'm going to do on Kool-Aid.
What about if you wanted to design a given space, say a space needed a whole new lighting system. You want to get rid of the existing and then put in new fixtures and so forth.
Mhm.
Anything you can do about that from a design standpoint?
Well, I mean, from a design, I'm thinking I go to my Matterport I had 5 years ago. I look at the lighting fixtures we have. I look at where they're placed, and then I can give you a cost for how much it is going to cost to replace it. But design standpoint, I mean,
that's the next step.
Yeah. I guess you could base your design off the Matterport if there's no as-built, but yeah.
Are all the things that you see in this scan, like the chairs that were upside down, is that a menu that you give me 10 of those chairs and you flip them up and down and
No. They always stay up in that scan. You can't move them around like them. Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay, it's not like SimCity.
Yeah, it's not like that yet. Maybe in the future. But yeah, it's you can't move the pieces around like that. Yeah.
Is there a connection with the product to folks that are paying money for the construction that's going to follow, or what's the,
Who pays for it? For this? I did it out of the kindness of my heart. It wasn't really in our contract. Yeah. Hoping it'll be in our next contract. But yeah. I would assume you would just do it off of your hourly, you know. Just put more hours into your contracts, right? Or maybe do it on T&M. I don't know.
Is this software expensive?
It's like $10 a month. Yeah. So a little cheaper than other software. I think OpenSpace is actually quite expensive.
Last call for any questions? Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
At this time, Remington, it's a pleasure for me to present you
Oh, okay.
with a certificate of appreciation
Oh, thank you so much.
presentation on 3D capture technology
Oh,
before the architects and engineers. Would like to take your picture here.
okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'll appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Engineers and architects of Hawaii welcome your comment on this program and any of our recent programs. We encourage your direct participation in this community outreach. So please email us your comments and ideas at eahawaii@gmail.com.